Better does. I think if there's an app involved, I think social media needs to be looked at. I think our video and live streaming have taken a huge step forward in all of this that we do and offering the way that we offer live streaming, the way that we offer people being able to see meetings on YouTube, all the different things that we do have. In my mind, I just feel like spending, the RFPs just blew me away. The Avant marketing company, $27,000, and then the other one, $44,000, to do this kind of work. I feel like we should be able to. I like the idea of approaching it holistically. I like the idea of doing that rather than trying to pick off pieces and then hoping they fit together at the end. But I'm convinced that we should be able to navigate a way to do this that spends way less of our money than $30,000 to $40,000.
Was there any feedback from the folks that you talked to about the response rate that they got?
Question.
So one of the individuals or a lower margin of error, but it gets more expensive and does not seem to change the survey results.
5,000. Okay, so a city of 5,000, and they were going to be okay with a response and return of 300.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think Creve Coeur, and they're significant.
There's certainly some things we could do on our social media. Maybe it's a QR code that then people could, and that would reduce the amount of mailings. But, I think obviously with some of our range in demographics that we have, we know some residents only come to in-person and only read physical mailers. There's younger residents that probably don't look at any of that and just engage in social media and digital methods. So I think it's important for us to have some way to, and the one reason I would lean towards hiring a company to do this, that this is what they do, is that there's some confidence in what we get back, and that there's a little bit of a rigor in how they go about, writing the questions and sending out the communications and to an answer.
Those kind of things.
We want to receive raw data and real
Questions are you looking to answer?
Right. I don't think I provided for you all, and I can. I can find the RFP we issued back in 2014, and I can share the RFP that the city of Creve Coeur issued. Specific questions from President.
Come by information, because I think you're going to find that there are people who complain, just because I think that's the nature of these things sometimes, and that you're going to find that there are folks that don't really know exactly that there's a ton of information out there, but don't really know how to access it. And maybe part of what we do in communications is to make the various portals more accessible, easier to get at. You're never going to eliminate that concern, I don't think.
But you can reduce barriers.
But you probably can reduce it, right?
So rather than what was in the background description, rather than conflating city services or new programs and services, citizen surveys for my biggest concern with any surveys and polls require. How do you?
There's a question that's asked, so that they would be able to, if they're calling,